I think it means you've got to be good at managing time. If a client rings up when you're in a meeting, they probably want to hear from you quite quickly, but just to say, look, I'm in a meeting and I'll call you back then. I think it really puts an emphasis on managing your time in a very kind of granular way, and letting them know what to expect. The point was made about doing what you say you'll do, and I think that's incredibly important. You can gain trust in these small ways to begin with, and then I think sort of saying, I will get back to you by 4:30 today, absolutely. I mean, that then becomes a commitment that you have to follow through on. So I think it's just sort of, it's around shaping clients' expectations, which are high and increasing, and then meeting them in the small things as well as the big things. I think listening, understanding relevance. You've got to know what the client wants. You've got to put yourself in the client's shoes, as George has said. You've got to really understand their expectations. And I think relevance is really important, particularly in our world as client legal teams get bigger. So as I said, there's a lot of things to get right. So putting one thing is probably getting all of it right. And the bits are sort of understanding and relevance. They are responsiveness and accessibility. They are delivering on time, on budget, to the right quality, no surprises. Perhaps I'll be a bit radical and say no surprises. I think in the work we do is probably the most important thing. For us, I think it's organic and it's a process. So my reason for setting up was that I wanted to spend more time with clients. So half my working day at least is spent doing client work, and I think that goes to retention because you give them commitments about when the work's going to be done, what the clients expect, all these things that we've talked about in terms of understanding, and that's sort of what gets me out of bed in the morning. Really enjoy that part of the job. But you need to be looking at next year's client wins and the year after that's client wins and the year after that's client wins, and the sales cycle can be very long. And it's a sausage machine. It starts with business development. It may be a seminar, it may be a vlog, it may be a blog, it may be social media. You're then looking at the contacts that generates and turning those into clients, trying to win the first job, shoe leather and coffees. You've then got the first job, and then you're then turning that into long-term client relationships, which is working on project. So it's if I say holistic, it's probably the wrong word, but it's a process. Everything's related to everything else, and it's a long-term. Law is a long-term business. It can take 5 years between first contact and getting the first instruction, and another few years to turn that into a long-term client. Clients get taken over, they move, things happen. There will be some turnover of clients necessarily, and you want to make sure that it depends on what your objective is for growing the business, but you want to make sure that you're where you want to be in a couple of years' time, and you're looking at that today.